Welcome back, everyone. I am so excited because today, as you can see, I am in the company of royalty, of
Oh.
course. I'm here with our Miss Earth, Drita Ziri, and our
Hello.
Miss Earth Fire,
Hello.
Cora Bliault. Did I get it right?
Yes.
Oh,
Wow.
nice. Okay, girls, so first of all, I want to say welcome back to the Philippines.
Ah, thank you.
I'm so happy to see you both here once again. And of course, Drita, I just saw you a couple of days ago, but I'm very happy to be reunited with both of you. And I wanted to organize this little conversation just to basically talk about your year, your reign so far with the Miss Earth organization and everything that happened all throughout the past couple of months. So first of all, let's start very chill. How do you feel to be back in the Philippines and know that Miss Earth season is just about to start?
Oh, it's bittersweet because it is about to start, but it's also about to end for us in one way, but definitely blessed. We get such a good treatment here. We really do feel like royalty. The people are amazing. The hospitality is amazing. We had the chance to visit one of the most beautiful islands I had ever seen on internet. I'm not talking about real life here. So I cannot wait to meet all the delegates. I've seen them. They are flawless on the internet, on the videos and the pictures that they post. So I cannot wait to meet them in person and see the real authentic selves that they want to show on the Miss Earth stage.
Absolutely. What about you, Cara?
Yes, well, I'm of course very happy to be back. Like Drita says, we get treated like royalty, and the amount of love and support we get from the fans and the people is just overwhelming. And I'm just super happy to be in the Philippines. I feel like it's a place where when I'm here, I feel like I can really work with, Miss Earth more with the organization because we're actually here with them. And yeah, I'm really kind of excited and nervous for the girls because we've been through that experience last year, knowing what it's like and knowing that there's gonna be more activities here in the Philippines, way more
Yes.
than Vietnam. So I'm excited for them, but nervous. I hope they do very well because I feel like I see a lot of girls with a lot of energy and they're bringing their all here. So I can't wait to see them.
Absolutely. And me, I'm excited for both of you as well because as we were talking behind the cameras, Miss Earth in the Philippines, it's a completely different experience as well.
Yeah.
So I know that you had the experience last year in Vietnam. Now you get to see the other side here in the Philippines. So it's a brand new experience,
Yes.
right? All right. So another thing that I wanted to talk about is basically the whole experience all throughout the reign. A lot of people wonder, what does a Miss Earth do? What do you do with the title? What type of work, advocacy you get to touch on? So if you could give us some insights on that.
Yes, of course. So after Vietnam, of course, I had my media week in Albania. It was a big deal for Albania since it was the first crown out of the big four beauty events, and it was the first time Albania ever got a crown. So from Miss Earth. So it was really big, and I had so much fun sharing my whole experience and how proud I felt, my family, and the whole organization for achieving such a beautiful things. And we worked with the government a lot for planting trees. I also worked with kindergartens because I have made it very known that what is very important to me is that we really educate the young because they get their routine now. That's when they learn stuff that they're going to use for their whole life. So if they start now caring about earth, in the future it's going to be part of them. It's not going to be any more volunteering for the earth. It's going to be something that they do it in their daily life. So I've been doing a lot of that. Of course, when we came to Philippines and we went to Bukidnon, we had a seminar and conference talking about different development that they have been made and what else new thing can we bring. So we had a lot to do in one sense. So I'm really excited. It was not tiring though. I enjoyed every bit of it, and I'm really wishing that the same support and the same amount of love is going to go with our next Miss Earth, because I know she will also be continuing to carry the Miss Earth legacy of doing really great work and real work for the people and for our Earth.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much. What about you?
Well, for sure, when you get a Miss Earth title, even in the runner-ups, you get a platform. And I've been using my platform to really spread awareness about the recent floodings that are happening here in Southeast Asia. You see in the Philippines, in Vietnam, and also in Thailand, which is actually happening at my hometown, where a lot of my friends and close families are being affected. it's a flood right now. There's not much we can do apart from send donation and help. So I've been using my platform to really spread awareness about it and links to people can send help. But also like Drita, I work a lot with kids. I actually worked with a children foundation in Chiang Mai, Thailand, where they actually grow their own local vegetables and they live on a very basic kind of lifestyle where they don't have the need to go out, and buy a bunch of things from the supermarket. We don't overconsume on plastic waste. And I've been learning from them and also using a lot what I've known to teach them what we could do to better our planet. And also I've been working with local governments when it comes to really educating people about what we can do to really use less plastic because I started Miss Earth with the idea of, trying to teach people how to not overconsume and also recycle, use their everyday life to the minimal as possible so that we don't have to produce so much plastic. So it's been a great time, and I've honestly having so much fun with Drita. And even though we've been going out and trying to like talk to people about the serious things, it's also been a really fun experience for us.
Yes, absolutely. And I think that's one of the things that us as fans really enjoyed about your reign is that we could really feel that bond of sisterhood between the girls. There's no rivalry or anything like that, but rather just a group of girls that really care for the pageant, for their advocacy, and for what they stand for. So, congratulations to both of you.
Thank
I mean,
you.
to all four of you. You were
Yeah.
all incredible.
It's
Absolutely.
amazing. It's really, truly amazing, like you said. We're just four girls who really enjoy and we have passion talking about our earth and how to help in the smallest way possible. No rival. It was never about the main title more than it was about to get the whole experience. Even the other delegates of Mr. 2023, it was truly amazing. Like we got hugs on stage before even getting the crown. So I feel like there it's where we showed that as a batch, Mr. 2023, we weren't just there to compete and to have this rivalry with each other. We were there to enjoy our time and to celebrate whoever the winners would be. And we really show that. So I'm very glad that people got to see that side of pageantry because it's like people couldn't wait. They just came and
Yeah.
hugged us, and this whole beautiful situation was created. So I'm really glad for that.
That's so true. People love to talk about the competition and the
Yeah.
performance and stuff, but they forget about also the bond and the true
Yes,
friendship.
definitely, because it's a month.
Yeah.
You cannot go throughout all the month just being independent and stressed and in pressure. You need a friend, you need someone to talk about because it's tiring being in front of the camera all the time and looking the best you can look every day. You have your days where you don't feel like going out or you don't want to be in the cameras, but you always have the girls who talk about and them uplifting you. Everyone's uplifting everyone behind the scenes, and I feel like this does not get it is not talked about enough, and it should
Sure.
because it's truly not about competition. I mean, everyone knows that at the end it's going to be one winner, but you don't go in the competition with only I'm going to win the crown and that's it. Because you should have the expectations of I'm maybe not going to win, but what am I going to do? So you truly enjoy the real spirit of being a Miss Earth delegate.
Oh, I agree with that. And now here we are spreading the message,
Yes.
right? All right. If I could ask you each, what is the biggest personal lesson that you have learned throughout this experience? What would you say? Obviously, there are many lessons, right, with the advocacy and
Yes.
everything, but on a personal level, what have you learned from this experience?
Maybe for me would be that I was not expecting it. Really, I was not expecting it. I had my top four laid out.
Yeah.
I had my expectation of who the winner would be. I was there to enjoy it, to have a good time. I, of course, worked hard, but I kept myself very low expectations so I would not get disappointed at any
Yeah.
moment. And when it happened, a lot of responsibility came, and I knew I could handle it, but going through the year, it proved to myself that I really can. If I really enjoy it and if I really want to do it, I can do it. And also, I never got swayed or hate comments never really got into me. So I learned that I'm pretty strong. And if I'm sure of myself for something, no bad words or no hating comments can ever get into me because I know that I'm here for a very beautiful purpose and I'm going to continue doing it no matter what anyone says. So I think that's what it learned me and made it more proof to myself than to other people. Yeah.
Interesting. I
Yeah.
love that. What about you, Cora?
Well, for me, I think I really learned to enjoy the moment because just like Drita, I didn't expect anything. I knew that I was going into the competition with, just focusing on myself, doing the best I can. Because being a girl that's never done a pageant before, Miss Earth was my first ever pageant. I did not expect too much, and I was just really every single day during our journey. I was just going through the day and just like, oh, trying to like, oh, be perfect, act well, and all of that. But at the end of the day, I don't have to do that because I actually like who I am, and I just, I just flipped a switch. Like I think 5 days in, I'm like, oh my God, I'm so tired. No, no more of this. Let me be myself. And I enjoyed the moment. I enjoyed the girls. I made so many friends, and I still like think back about the memories that we made, and I get all teary and I start like crying a bit because it's like, oh my, like this experience, not many people in this whole entire planet get to experience apart from us. And we get to do so many things that we've never done before, so many new memories that are made in really, I would say, exciting new ways because we're in a different country. We're doing things that, we're like really passionate about and we're really trying to advocate for. I really enjoyed the moment and I really learned to take things in and, you know, get all and get the best out of it. And also I get really emotional about it because
Yeah.
it's so, it's happy tears. It's all happy tears
Yeah.
though. Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, one question for you because it's very interesting what both of you are telling me. I remember because I had the opportunity to be there with both of you at Miss Earth in Vietnam. Both of you were actually considered fan favorites, on the top picks and the fans and the social media and stuff. So, but realistically in pageantry, you cannot lay too much on like rely too much on the expectation of people. You really have to put in the work. So how do you separate what people expect from you, like most people see you already winning or whatever, and making sure that you don't become so complacent that you're not putting in the work to actually get there?
Well, let's just say, for me personally, I didn't know how those like fan favorite polls were working, because again, my first ever pageant, I was still navigating the social media of it. So I was just acting myself every day, and I'm just like, okay, just do the best you can, really fight for what you believe in, and talk and speak, and be your best self.
Yeah.
So I was just trying to focus on me, but then again, I'll hear stuff from people. People will tell me, and I'll be like, oh, okay, it's a bit like it makes me a bit nervous. But I just know that like, oh, why should I focus on other people when I should really be focused on myself and what is my cause and what I'm fighting for, and also navigating through all that social media thing and like the poll, all the Instagrams, kind of highlights was confusing. So I didn't really put that much attention to it because I wasn't really there for, to really be on my phone the whole time.
Yeah.
I wanted to enjoy. I wanted to really, even though we need social media to really advocate for what we believe in, I was just there in the moment and, trying my best to really like keep people updated, posted, and all of that. So yeah, I wasn't too stressed about all of that.
What about you, Drita?
I'm going to be fully honest. I did not expect the support that I got.
Really?
Because I was being realistic in my part or how I thought it. I was very exposed in the pageantry media, hosting the Miss Globe and being a participant before. So fans kind of knew me. But again, being Albania, not really having a name in pageantry, I never thought that I was going to receive the support that I received. So it really caught me off guard. And I was so enjoying it. I was, oh my God, how? Why? Thank you, but how and why? I just was asking questions all the time in my head. And then I said, these people really believe that I can do it. So I got into the headspace of, I can be a winner, but even if I can't, it's okay. I received the support and people love me as if I'm a winner already without being the final night yet. So I just got into the headspace. I was doing everything in the best way that I could. I knew my strong points and I knew my weak points. And, based on that, I tried to give my best performance, not only on the final night, but during our whole journey, because we had the preliminaries, the echo project, the talent competition. So I tried to be part of all of them in the best way I could. And then whatever would happen, would happen. I also believe in fate and in luck a lot. And I think for me, things were just aligned everything, so it happened. But I was so happy for their support. I was not expecting it. So when I saw people waiting for me at the airport at 8 p.m., I was like, okay, I'm going out, and I saw people waving, and and I was like, so there must be another girl behind me, because like, come on. And then I saw my pictures printed out. It was truly unbelievable and amazing. I was so wowed
Yeah.
from the whole thing. So I said, people believe in me. I believe in myself, so why not do it? Why not really give it a try? Even though I went there with the thought of I'm gonna try hard, but still it was that I'm gonna try hard and no, it's fine, whatever.
Yeah.
But when I saw everything and I felt everything, like in reality, I was like, oh, I really have to now. So yeah, it was amazing.
Of course. I mean, who doesn't love to be loved, right?
Yeah.
When you receive all of the support from the fans. And in fairness, the Vietnamese fans were very, very supportive. They will
Very.
show up and really shower you girls
Yeah.
with gifts and really make sure that you were
I
loved.
was so giddy about it. I was actually like, ooh, somebody give me like a keychain. I'm like, for me? And it's, yeah, like what Drita said, you don't really get that like on a daily basis, of course. And then
No.
you're just in a random country, and then all this love comes in out of nowhere. And then you're kind of just like, I don't know what's the word in English, kun, where it's like, ooh, like, like that's how I describe
I
it. You're
think
like,
in Filipino it's like kilig.
yeah,
You're
yeah.
so like you have like butterflies in your
yes,
stomach.
exactly. And I was just like, honestly, it really gave me a lot of like boosts of confidence for
Yeah.
sure.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm gonna flip the coin. You know, when you win a major title such as Miss Earth, of course, there comes a lot of love and attention that comes to
Yes.
that. But then when you become a public figure, it always comes the criticism
Of
and
course.
how do you girls handle that attention and that side of the social media and public visibility, right?
So to me, it was not that hard. And
Yeah.
I expected myself to be very okay and good with any comments that I got. And I think mainly was because I was part of the ballet industry since I was very young. And if one thing is known for being in ballet and being raised as a ballerina is that it's very harsh.
Yeah.
There's a lot of discipline, there's a lot of harsh words, and there are words that are being said to you every day in your face. You're not gonna make it, you're not good enough, and all of kinds that really crumble you and make you take a step back for everything that you want to do. And to me, I feel like I was already immune to them. It was not that I ignored them. I read every comment possible, and I was just like, okay, and then scrolled and scrolled and scrolled. And I was so glad that I had it because it's true. It comes with a lot of criticism. It comes with criticism because, fans were expecting someone else and then someone else win. Or they were expecting you to act a certain way. And then when you act like you really are, things become conflicted. Oh, you're not supposed to say this, you were supposed to say that. Or why did you wear this? You should wear that. It's a lot of things that people try to start controversy on. So I was expecting it not as much as I saw after, and it was not only on myself. I was just the pageantry industry in general. All the queens that I am aware of, everyone in one moment gets a controversy on them. And if you really look closely at it, it doesn't have to be,
Yeah.
because things are very spread out. You can tell who has a bad intention, and you can tell who's there for what they achieved and that they want to do a good work with the platform that they have. So I was caught a bit off guard even here, but it was fine with me. It never got to me emotionally. It never made me regret any kind of decision that I had ever taken. But of course, I understand also their point of view,
Yeah.
because everyone has expectations. When you support someone, you really feel for them. But I think we should keep the pageantry world as it is, and we should be standing on the values that pageantry stands. And it's to celebrate women and to uplift women and their message and causes to different problems that we have in our society. And we should not bring negativity to it. It's already a lot of negativity coming around women trying to, speak up for themselves and be a woman and not need anybody else. So we don't need also negativity between that.
Yeah.
But I do feel we're doing so great. Things have changed for women, for men, for everyone. And hopefully, if we start just, being like this, taking things more calmly, more kindness in our everyday life, because you never know what someone's going through. I'm the kind of person that I don't take things that are written for me very personal and I'm fine. But there are other people who really sit and overthink and all the time, all the time, all the time. And the next time that they have a good opportunity presented to them, they're going to let that go because they're afraid of the controversies or the negative comments that they're going to get. And we should not be doing that to someone else. So that's why I think when you have a favorite or when you have an opinion, of course you can share it. It's your right. Maybe to choose the right word because it's not, sometimes it's not what you say, but it's the way that you say
say
it.
it.
So yeah, I think I dealt pretty well with it.
I agree. Actually,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't recall seeing any negative comments about any of you, actually. But the reason why I'm asking this question is because I always think about the next batch of girls, you know, how they will handle the social pressure and the social media and so much that is thrown at them suddenly, right? And I know a lot of girls, for example, that are so beautiful, have so much potential, but sometimes they hesitate to even go into the pageant because they have this stigma or like this fear that, oh, if I put myself in that position, I might get criticized. So I love hearing how each one of you dealt with the pressure. And I mean, and when I say pressure, it's like 99% is mostly positive, right?
Yeah,
And then you get like
definitely.
the
Because it's
1%.
like expectations that you're gonna be great, that's the pressure, but then it's the 1% that you said. That's why I say all the girls that really decide to put themselves out there, all of them are winners because they're passing a process that many people is what holds them back, and they're like, I'm not going to be afraid to put myself out there and do my best. And at the end of the day, you also have to keep in mind you're not only representing yourself, you're representing a whole country who has their eyes on you. So it is a lot of pressure, and I feel like the girls, only as candidates, they're already winner in, in the personality and confidence sense.
Absolutely. Now, Cora, I'm curious about your perspective because Drita was mentioning earlier that she comes from a country that is not like a strong sash factor country, but
Yes.
you coming from Thailand. Thailand is a pageant country where
Pageant
fans are
country,
very passionate.
yes.
So, how was your experience?
Well, my experience personally has been very positive when it comes to the, like different social media teams there that are always posting about pageants. They've always been like, oh, she's very well spoken and all that. So it was always positive, and never actually really saw too much negative comments. And when I did, I just kind of ignored them because at the end of the day, who are those people? There's just people behind screens that has nothing better to do with their life apart from commenting on other people's appearance or other people's doing. And yeah, it was mostly positive, but the positive one that, like you guys said, are the one that are kind of scary because they put the pressure and they put you up in that kind of standard where you have to live up to. So what I kind of did was I kind of really, what I said is I ignored my phone as much as possible, but I do try to keep myself updated and update people as well. But knowing myself, I know that I'm insecure in some ways. And every day, I'm like building up and I'm helping myself to like really get out of that insecurity. Like I've grown so much from last year, and it's just been really little steps at a time. And what Drita said, taking that one step to put yourself out there is already such a great achievement. Because when I decided to join Miss Earth Thailand, I decided that I have a really strong, passionate advocacy in my heart that I really want to, tell people and do and really speak up for. But I was always been so afraid and shy, and I always thought there was never a right moment to do so. But then something snapped in me, and I was like, no, there's never gonna be a right moment. So I just took that step, basically blindfolded because I didn't really know what I was putting myself into. And I just felt so overwhelmed with like being proud of myself because never in my life I would thought I'll be standing in front of people. I'm talking in front of like a large group of people, but then I actually got a crown. So I kind of really choose to ignore the negativity, but the some of the negativities I got and I actually listened to was the one that actually was comments that are trying to help me improve as a person as well.
Kind of
But
constructive.
yeah, constructive criticism, but in a way. So I just kind of, okay, you know what? Some of these people care for me and they actually want me to do better. Let me work on that, even though it's kind of harsh. But then some of the other people are just complaining to complain.
Yeah.
So, it's just I try to like really keep a open mind because at the end of the day, people have their own lives going on and they have nothing to really project their like feelings sometimes. So I understand the outlet of, going on social media because I've seen other people, close people that actually project their negativity onto others, on even me. So I tried really to like have a open-minded perspective on things.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I love that. Well, thank you so much for sharing about your experiences. And I hope that this is also helpful to the queens, the batch of queens that are now preparing to compete for the crowns at Miss Earth. Um, if I may ask you, when you think back at your reign and everything that you have done, what do you think is the biggest impact that you were able to have within your communities?
Honestly, I've done so much. I've gone to like news stations and all that. But at the end of the day, what really that I really felt that I had an impact on was me actually being present with the kids, being present and planting a tree with Drita's campaign that you made online, because as much as like people are online and sharing and reposting like, hey, we should do this, that, it doesn't really have that much of an effect if you're not physically doing it yourself. So most of the time when I'm there with the kids, planting a tree, speaking to them, educating them, that's the most I feel like I'm actually changing the world in one way. So yeah.
When we talk about advocacy and how you help, it's truly you have to lead by example because people are not going to follow someone who doesn't follow their own words. So I think every little step had its own impact, which one I'm very proud for. It's the tree planting challenge that I did because it got more people than I ever thought involved. And it was not only Thailand, Korea, or Vietnam, or Philippines, or Albania. It was actually countries that, it was moms tagging me, their daughters planting trees, and it's beautiful. It's good because also it's the sense that a mom, a parent, really liked it. The daughter saw it, and they decided to do it, and they tagged me. It takes time, it takes effort, especially when you're a mom and you have kids. You have so many other things to do, but they still took their time to do it, and so many other people. So I was really glad that actually that's where I understood the force and the strength that this platform and your voice in it gives you. So that one I'm very, very proud about, of course. And before I came to Miss Earth, I was doing my own little things. And we have communities in Albania with children who do not go to school, mainly because they're not capable, their parents can't afford it, but also because it has been neglected for such a long time. It has become at a point normal. Oh, they just don't go to school. And I used to work with them. We used to do drawing and then talking and painting and planting trees. And of course, my mom helped me because she's a teacher, and we accommodated that at my hometown school. So I've also seen those kids go to school this year, and made me very proud. And when I went there to meet my mom, but I forgot at one point that except being my daughter, my mother's daughter, I was also like Miss Earth, and I saw those kids noticing me and talking to me and hugging me. And I saw that no matter if you're a Miss Earth contestant or if you're Miss Earth, you can still do a change. You can still talk and improve something in someone's life if you're really wishing to. So that's where I saw it.
Absolutely. So I guess it's nothing better than to actually see the impact of your
Yes.
work and your advocacy on someone else's life, right? That's
Yes,
the best
yes,
example.
definitely.
Okay, so talking about examples and impacts on someone else's lives, I wanted to ask a little bit about the competition. Of course, Miss Earth has a very solid fan base that really loves the concept of the pageant, everything that they do. We really focus on advocacy, but Miss Earth is still a beauty pageant where there are technical competitions like preliminaries and swimsuit and stuff. So, to what extent do you think these competitions are important towards the crown, uh, to obtaining the crown?
In my opinion, they are very important because, as you said, yes, advocacy is one of the main points, but it's also the way you carry yourself. Because these competitions is not just showing your form and your beauty and your makeup and your hair. It's about showing the fact that you've been here for more than a week and you're not tired. You're ready to get on stage. You're ready to show your best catwalk. You're ready to put on your best makeup and the best hair you can ever do. It's showing how capable these ladies are to, be the best they can be even in hard situations. Because sometimes you're not on your best day on your swimming suit, but you have to still go out there and slay the runway. So,
Absolutely.
you know, that's what's seen in these competition. It's not seen only the beauty, but the whole work that they put, because they do passerella training before coming, and sometimes something happens on stage and it doesn't go your way, and then we see the way you navigate through it. It's not always about being perfect, then it's being how you handle the situation. So I do feel it's pretty important. At the end of the day, it is a beauty pageant. It is about how eloquent you are and how beautifully you handle and you care about yourself.
I love that.
Yeah.
What about you, Cora?
Well, I think it's very important as well, as Drita said, because it is a beauty pageant. There are standards of how girls hold themselves and how they can really project and shine that true inner self by just, standing there and walking. And what a lot of people don't know is that when it comes to passerella, walking, just posing, or, swimming suit or national costume, it's actually really hard. It's like a workout, I have to say. Because then when you're like judged and you're like looked at, they're looking at the way you walk, the way you pose, how you're, angling your back and how you're holding yourself and all that. It's hard, it's tiring. But then you have that capability to really shine that out and show people like, hey, what I'm doing right now is hard, but it doesn't look hard.
Yeah.
Making it look so effortlessly, and like you really have to make yourself look strong in a way. And it really has an impact because, when you're crowned Miss Earth or a runner up, you're always going out to events, you're always going out to see people and speak to them. And you really want to hold yourself in a way that you look respectful. You look like you're a person, yeah, presentable, and you have power to speak about your advocacy.
I actually agree with that because one thing that people don't realize sometimes is that as a Miss Earth or as a title holder, simply you need to have the full package, right? Especially, I feel like Miss Earth has one of the most difficult tasks because out of all pageants, you really have an advocacy that is very relies a lot on scientific facts. So you have to educate yourself a lot. You have to constantly keep on learning. But it's not just knowing the facts, you need to be able to present it to the people, right?
I would say that, when it comes to scientific facts and like knowledge based things, it can really bore some people. So if I was here right now sitting with a hunchback, bad posture, or like a bad way of presenting and like trying to speak out exactly, I'm not going to grab people's attention.
Right.
That's why Miss Earth, they make beautiful girls, beautiful queens, presentable people that, can really speak up and look amazing, that grab people's attention. So that's amazing. Like, like it's a different way of like educating people for sure.
Yeah. It's because it's like I said it a little bit before. It's not, sometimes it's not what you say more than it's the way you say it. And it's what Cora said. If you don't look presentable, people are not going to take you seriously. And that's what we watch, or what the organization watches on these preliminaries or in these mini competitions, is the way they hold themselves. And how much do you think that she'll be able to do this whole work for 1 year, and people to take her seriously and to listen to her, and for her word to be captivating. This is what is seen, but I really do feel like the girls, all of them, each and every one of them, so good on their runways this year.
I know.
Right? I've been seeing
Everyone
videos.
is eye-catching, I
Yeah.
have to say. I've just been really like fangirling with all of them because they're like so powerful in a way.
Absolutely. I got to attend a training the other day and I was very surprised by the girls' catwalk. So I think the show this year is going to be chef's kiss.
Everybody's gonna be slaying the runway, and it's gonna be like too hard to pick your favorite,
Yeah.
honestly.
Now, I wanted to ask you girls, now that you're back in the Philippines, everything's just about to unfold. Officially tomorrow, the girls will start, checking in and everything. What are you mostly looking forward as reigning queens?
From them.
Yes.
Honestly, I have a lot of standards. Like I really want them. I want them to be better than me.
Yeah.
Like I'm not the best, or like but still, I want to see someone that really like sweeps me off my feet and like take my breath away. I really want them to be confident though, for sure, because me going into my journey, I was not that confident. I was still very shy, and I was just basically learning along the way. But I wish if I could go back in time, I wish I was just out of the bat. Just, you know what? I don't care what people think. I don't care what people say. Be confident. No, even if it looks ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because I want those girls to show me that, hey, I'm not afraid to be here. and I want them to really give them their all to it because it's a really fantastic, fun journey, but it's your one shot of, aiming for the crown.
I love that.
Well, what I'm looking forward from the girls, it's really to see their real selves.
Yes.
Because sometimes when you want to impress somebody, you start maybe going off a little bit of who you are not. But when you're in stage and when you're, full of emotions and nervous and nerve-wracking moments, it's going to be so hard to not be yourself. I mean, that's what's going to show right there. But if you're yourself throughout the whole competition, the finals night is just going to be another day as a Miss Earth candidate, just more glam, more makeup, and a little bit more responsibility than the other days because each day has a lot of responsibility. You're going to be on tours, you're going to be doing environmental activities, you're going to do the press conference, and so every day you have to look good. That day it's a bit more important than the others. But if you've been yourself throughout this whole thing, the finals night is just going to be okay. This is almost the end of the journey now. I'm either gonna win or not, but I enjoyed it at least, and I gave my best and I gave my all. And that's what I'm wishing to see from the girls. I really want to see someone authentic who enjoys what they're doing and who's loving the whole experience, besides, not caring much about the whole thing that's a bit tiring and a lot of work, not getting their mind a lot there, but more on the other part of the pageantry, which is being involved and being part of everything in reality.
Absolutely. So just to continue on the same length, on the same idea, I mean, both of you, obviously, I mean, all four of you put in the work and did your part. You build your legacy basically with the Miss Earth organization. And hopefully every year what the organization looks for is to crown a queen or a set of queens that continue that legacy. Now with all of the work that you have done and the work that the people before you also did, what do you think the next queen should be able to do? What should she be able to accomplish in order to continue that legacy? Tough questions, huh?
Yeah,
It's like a
tough
Q&A
question.
again.
Yeah, I don't want to. I feel like the girls are gonna watch the interviews and be like, okay,
You're
so
gonna be
what do we
studying,
need
like,
to do now?
taking
Yeah,
notes.
truly, I feel like Miss Earth has always crowned. I'm not speaking for myself here. I'm not
Yeah.
trying to be like Cora will do that for me.
Yeah.
But for Miss Earth, it's always, when the queens give their crown, it's always without a worry.
Yeah.
Because the winner always knows and looks like she really wants it, and she's gonna carry the legacy on her own way. It doesn't have to be the same thing that they've done or a lot of different things. It truly has to be that they know what they're doing, they enjoy what they're doing, and they have the will to do that for 1 year without being tired, without getting in their head the comments, or without putting themselves out there and trying to reach standards that are put upon her without really being realistic. Because we have standards upon us all the time, and people are trying to fit us into those standards. Meanwhile, it's reality. Sometimes those standards are not realistic. So I hope that the next set of queens is going to have their own standards, and they're going to work hard on it and keep the legacy that Miss Earth has set, because it's a really beautiful, beautiful thing. And truly, it has been every year, it has been carried gracefully, and I know, I don't even think, I know it will continue that way.
Awesome. Oh, mic drop. Let me pick it up. Wait.
No, what? Just like Drita says, not every single girl is gonna be the same. Not every single Miss Earth is gonna be the same. I want, if the new girl is crowned or the Miss Fire is crowned, bring their own twists into it. Bring their own way and how they're gonna speak up for our planet. And because people can be motivated and also can impact so many people in so many different ways. At the end of the day, I just want you to be fighting for it. I want you to have that feeling inside that you really want this and you really want to make a difference. Because we're all individuals here. We have our own things going on. We have our own mindset. But what we are all looking forward in this competition is that we want to better our planet. So I just want them to be very, vigilant about this and really
Yeah.
put in their effort to wanting the crown and wanting to make an impact.
I love that. All right, I have one last question for you girls. You have done such an incredible job with this interview. Honestly, even my tough questions, you handled it like pros. So, what do you want to be remembered for? We talked about the importance of the legacy and how everyone has done something different. So, looking back at your year, what do you think is your legacy? What do you want to be?
I think for sure my legacy is how energetic and sassy I am. Because I am a very hyperactive person. I'm always moving like this. I'm always talking. Drita knows this because she's with me the most and she deals with me the most. I'm very hyper and I'm very energetic. Sometimes might be overwhelming to some people. But when I have to be calm and when I have to be collective and, I can be.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to educate people here. I can't just be running around. But for sure, people's going to remember me for that.
Well, this is the first time I get this question. And I truly never thought of what I want people to think of me, as a Miss Earth 2023 and not as a reigning Miss Earth. But I really hope that they enjoyed it and they were proud of my journey. But I also feel Miss Earthings, Earthlings, they always bring up their queens. Anytime they can, any possibility they find, they're gonna bring up a past Earth Queen in the best way possible. And I've seen it happen, so I'm pretty sure it's gonna happen to us also. And I think one thing that's gonna be remembered about our batch of Miss Earth Queens, it's truly going to be our friendship. And I think we've displayed it all over social media. Every time we get to be together, that's the most thing that is talked about by everyone. Oh, I love their chemistry. I love their friendship. It is because we're here with a clear intention and with a whole our true self. No one is faking anything. No one is doing it for the camera. No one is doing for the attention. We're doing it because we enjoy it. We love it. And thank God we have the best relationship with each other. And it's a relationship that we all actually formed it before getting the crowns. It was something that happened during the competition. And I'm so glad, even though we're so far apart from each other, every time we met is like where we left it. There's no distance created or anything else. So I think this is also going to be a memorable part of our reigns and the work that we did, because we truly did. And I know that the people who follow Miss Earth for their advocacy and truly are invested into it will know, will remember it, and will always bring it up and be proud of it.
Absolutely.
No, Drita.
Oh.
Sorry, she's being so nice. That literally made me tear up. You're tearing up, aren't you? That's beautiful. But no, we need to talk about you because you talked about the whole group. Drita will forever be known as, the Barbie queen, but also the first Albanian and 18-year-old to have won the crown. Let me say something.
True.
When I see Drita, and I honestly was like, wow, because when she got the crown, she was 18 from
the youngest
Albania.
ever, right?
Yeah.
Youngest ever. Even like, that shocked me as well, You really made your country proud, Drita.
Yeah.
Like being very young and achieving something so great.
Thank you.
Indeed, history.
Thank
And this was
you.
your first ever pageant also. So, I mean, both of
Yes.
you are just remarkable.
Yeah, you see everyone.
I feel like we really, like, I feel like Drita and I really helped
Yeah,
each other out in the
really helped
pageant
each
in our
other.
journey.
True, true.
If you go back to every single photo, you'll see Drita there,
In the
and I'm
background.
right here. We're always together.
Yeah, true.
And we're
Yeah,
always
but-
helping each other out because like, we're very similar in age. I'm only a
Yeah.
year apart from her. And honestly, I have to say, one of my best friends from like Miss Earth 2023.
Aw.
Amazing year.
Beautiful memories.
Yeah, but I feel like we're talking right now. We all had our remarkable things that we left behind.
Yeah.
Me being 18, her being her first pageant. Everyone has their own thing, whether it's personal or publicly known. So I feel like what's most important is that we're proud of ourselves and how we handled everything, the responsibility, the pressure, and being always in the people's eyes and being kind of not I don't want to say judged, but every move we made was being watched all the time, and I feel like we handled that so nicely and beautifully. So this will also be remembered. I'm just happy being here. I'm happy to see the girls and enjoying the journey again. It's really beautiful. I'm very glad that I get to experience the Miss Earth journey again in a different place with a different fandom.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm really glad to also enjoy these new things that we haven't yet, and then we will be giving out our crowns very proudly and wishing a lot of success and grace to the next Miss Earth Queens.
Absolutely. Oh my God. Okay, I feel like I just want to wrap up this entire interview by just saying, from my perspective, I mean, as I said, I get to follow the entire Miss Earth competition last year with you all, and I feel like I also speak on behalf of the fans. I'm so proud of every single one of you. Both of you and the two others that are not here with us as well did such an incredible job. You uplifted the image of the Miss Earth organization, and it's been also just a pleasure to see everything you have accomplished all throughout your year, how you have achieved new heights, and also see you grow into stronger, confident women. See where you were last year and where you are now is just incredible. And I think that's also part of the beauty, of following pageantry. The girls get to grow and everything, but for the fans, it's also like very heartwarming to see you go from point A to point B.
Yeah, that's truly one thing that but I'm sure I'm not gonna miss it because I see the comments from now, fans have been the cherry on top of the cake of this whole experience. It's what really kept us going all the time. And, if we wanted to make videos or stories and stuff, it was every time to update them because their words are nothing less than just powerful, beautiful, and just boosting our energy and confidence every day. So the biggest thank you and, who played the biggest role in our reign is also the fans. So really thank them a lot.
So we're sending all the love to the fans. Thank you, Earthlings, for all the love and support to the girls, to the new batch of queens as well, are just about to be crowned. And don't forget to really follow the competition from the beginning because it's really important for every single one of the delegates. They put so much work and effort into this. And of course, don't forget to continue always uplifting our beautiful queens who gave us so much during the reign. I think that's a wrap.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, girls, for
Thank
your
you.
time, for
Thank you
being
so
here.
much.
Such a pleasure to see you both again. And thank you to the viewers for staying here with us until the end. We'll see you on the next one. Mwah.